Hey guys, Meg here, and I am back with a really awesome house building collab video. I'm doing this with DutchSims3Girl, and she actually already has her video up. It took me a little bit longer to kind of work out my floor plan, because I actually found a floor plan online a while ago that I'd wanted to do, and I hadn't gotten a chance to do it, so I decided that I would do it for this one. So I was following a bit of a floor plan. As you can see, it kind of starts off looking pretty ordinary, and you can see I do a lot of kind of adjusting of the walls and everything. It's not a big house. We both agreed that we wanted to do smaller houses. I feel like I am always more successful with smaller houses because they end up actually looking like real houses, not huge mansions that can't really be filled and they don't ever get used by your Sims and things like that. So as you can see here, I've got the base of the house built, and then I'm adding the stairs. I was really disappointed. I tried to build this house once, and I was trying to do the U-shaped stairs, kind of where you go up and then you have a landing and then you go up to the rest of it, but Sims was just not cooperating with me. I also had a little bit of trouble making the upstairs work in regards to the actual floor plan that I was using and you know, what really worked in the game. But I think overall it turned out really nicely. So basically what this collab is that DutchSims3Girl is going to decorate my house, this house that you're seeing me build right now, and I am going to decorate the house that she built. And her video, like I said, is already up. I'll leave a link to her channel down below, and I think that she linked my channel and hers just in case, so that you can get back to this video, like if you're here from her channel. Somewhere on the screen I'll probably leave a link to her direct video of her building the house so that you can discover her channel. But I just thought it would be really cool. I'm working on a few collabs with some people right now, and it's not anything that I ever did before, but I think it would be really fun, especially with Sims. It's a lot easier to do Sims collabs than like makeup video collabs and things like that, because you can work on it, discuss an idea beforehand, and then, you know, you have to send the things to people, send them the files to people with whatever you created, and then they finish it up. But it's a lot easier, I think, than collabs and other types of videos on YouTube. So like I said, I'm going with a floor plan. I'll leave links to the pictures of the floor plan that I discovered down below. It was just a really pretty simple house. I call this a garden house because, as you'll see later on, I have an area for a garden, and the colors are green, which I don't really do greenhouses very often, so I thought it would be really pretty. But the roof was also one of my favorite parts, but also kind of like the bane of my existence because it was difficult to get up. Eventually I realized that that front roof that I'm trying to do needed to be going through the entire back of the house, or the entire, you know, length of the house. But I didn't ever used to do roofs where I would actually try and, you know, make them myself. I would just do an auto roof, but I've seen just how awesome it is to do roofs like this where you actually make them yourself and they actually look so much better. So I'm just finishing up the last detail of the roof. What I had to end up going with was the tall roof, the tall gable roof, and I didn't really like it just because I wanted it to be less conspicuous, but it actually, once I lowered the roof, it actually ended up looking awesome. Like I said, I'm going with these certain colors, partly because they do look good together, but also because they matched the floor plan. It took a little while for me to get the perfect green color, because it's not a bright green or a dark green or like a lime green. It's a very earth tone green that was really difficult to achieve from the little, you know, create a style. So it took a little while, but once I found it, I added it to the entire front bottom half of the house, and then around the sides of the second level. And then we had, as you notice, the green ones that we already have, they're going horizontally, and then these ones that are on the second level in the front are going vertically. So I turned that to a little bit of a lighter green, just like the picture, and then I went ahead and started adding to just like the roof paneling areas, darker green, which I think it just looks so cool to have the different shades of green. It gives a really nice complement. I was making life difficult and trying to add it one by one, and then I just realized, why don't I just, you know, control and shift it and add it all at the same time. And then it was time to change the color of the garage, because the garage was actually green and white. I do like the neutral color of the brown, but you'll notice the only neutral color brown that we have on the outer exterior of the house is the windows and the door. I thought that looked really cool. And then I added a garage, and I kind of changed the little corner off so that it wasn't just a blunt square area, because you'll notice that the pathway to the front door does not lead from the sidewalk, it leads up from the driveway. So here's the door, and I had a little bit of trouble with the windows, just trying to get them exactly the way I wanted to. Like I said, I had to make a few changes from the floor plan that I actually used, because it didn't really match with what I could do in Sim World, so I had to kind of change it a little bit. But you can see I'm finally getting the window centered up, because there's supposed to be 2 windows above the garage, and then I add some around the house, and then you'll see at the front, over like the front door and everything, I have to add some windows, like small windows, to right above, and so they had to be kind of skinny windows like that, so that I still got some light, because the worst thing is to not get any light at all. And then I wanted a window up there, but the game doesn't let you put roofs, or windows, sorry, up on the roof. So, and as you can see, I'm changing all the windows to that darker brown color. I think it just complements the house a lot more. And then I also took the front door, you'll see in a second, from the front door, and added that to the back. And what you see in the floor plans and like the kind of spec of the house, the drawing, is a large fence that's from the front of the house going all the way to the back. So I wanted to add that as well, because I thought it just looked really cool. And right now it looks super bare, but once you get the like plants and stuff like that in, then you'll see that it takes a more realistic shape. By the end, it actually does look very realistic and like a nice yard. So now I'm adding some trees. I didn't add anything to the house except for lighting, which was really just to see how bright it looked once some light was inside. And I honestly do suggest that she does change it, just because it's kind of, they're kind of old-fashioned lights. I just chose some simple ceiling lights. So I totally suggest that she changes them just so that they look more fitting for the house, because the house is definitely traditional, but that doesn't mean that it can't have some modern feeling. I did do, of course, the landscaping, and I added some plants. I wanted it, like, it's called the garden house, so of course I wanted it to have a lot of shrubbery and flowers and things like that, but I didn't want to look like it was overgrown. So I think that I achieved that, where it looks very, you know, nice and full of flowers and very pretty, but it doesn't look over the top. I added a few lights to the front of the house, which I think are perfect for the front and the back. I don't think that those need to be changed, because I think they look really fitting. And here's me saving the game, because I've had one too many times of losing all my progress. Actually, the last house that I was going to build, a boathouse, I actually lost the house, and I have to redo that. So, yeah, here you see that I'm just adding in a little bit more shrubbery and everything, so that it just looks a little bit more full. I leave the space to the gate open, and then I think that's the only bit of shrubbery besides around the base of the trees, because I didn't want them to just look so bare. And then I think next we'll be flowing inside so that we can add the walls. I kept the walls, I changed this, but then I end up putting it back basically the same exact way. I kept the walls pretty neutral, everything pretty neutral, just because I felt like it complements the house, and then that way you can do whatever you want. The backyard, I added this little garden area, and you can see I add on a fence in a second, because I just think that it's a really cool place to have a garden. There's still room in the garage for, you know, or the backyard for like a little play area, definitely enough room for a table and a grill, so it's still great green space. This is definitely a family house, maybe like a small family. You can see I'm adding neutral wood all throughout, and then in the rooms I have carpet, and in the bathrooms I have tile. The main entrance is where the living room is, and then there's a kitchen and like a breakfast area, and then those two small rooms to the side are meant to be like a laundry room and a powder room, although they can be whatever she decides to do. And then of course that large space is the garage, and then the large room in the bottom right corner is the master bedroom, and that has a bathroom attached. And then there's two more bedrooms, one that's a little bit bigger than the other, that I would say is like a bedroom and an office maybe, or a bedroom and a small room, and then there's one bathroom upstairs, and then there's kind of a loft area. So it's not huge, but I think it's awesome. I'm really excited to do this collab. She can do whatever she feels fit, and I think it's gonna look awesome, and I'm ready to decorate her house. I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe, and check out my Facebook and Twitter, which the links are in the description below, so that you can be updated on future videos, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!